organization dedicated to widows and widowers since 2009. Women in Waiting 23 was launched on April 30th. We feature women of all walks of life who are now ready to share their journey, story, or experience of waiting. We are on every Sunday evening from 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. You can listen to us on Kingdom Vibe Radio, our YouTube channel, or via our Facebook page.
Of course, it's another Sunday evening, and every week just continues to get better and better. And this evening, it's no surprise, I would say. This woman, Chanel Murray, now Jordan, is an dedicated advocate for holistic child development, firmly believing that the early years have a profound impact on shaping the future with deep passion for this cause. Chanel has pursued various certifications and roles to make a difference in the lives of children. She's a certified play therapist and educator, specializing in working with children with special needs. Chanel's love for music has also played a significant role in her journey. She actively sings at her church and has utilized her musical talents to train both adults and, of course, children in vocal techniques. I had the opportunity of having some of her training not too long ago. Recognizing the power of music in healing and growth, she incorporates it into her work with children, helping them learn and heal from the traumas they face. Chanel currently serves as the lead special educator and play therapist at Pivotal Pediatrics, her holistic developmental children clinic. Additionally, being recently married, she shares her expertise as a teacher at the Curtis Jordan Coaching Academy, where she serves together with her husband, guiding individuals in utilizing their voices effectively through voice training. Let me just get some more of this for you. Oh, it's such an honor to have you on. Chanel's journey in working with children began during her teenage years, when she actively served as a Sunday school teacher, worship leader, student aide, and babysitter. Interesting. These early experiences fueled her passion for education and therapy, inspiring her to pursue a career dedicated to helping children overcome challenges and thrive. With her diverse skills, compassionate nature, and commitment to holistic child development, Chanel Murray Jordan is making a lasting impact on the lives of children, nurturing their growth and supporting their journey towards a brighter future. And I've literally seen this woman of God blossom into who God has created her to be. And I know her book still continues to be written. So it is with my great distinguished pleasure and honor this evening to welcome this woman of God to the platform of Women in Waiting 23. So you can join us by turning on your camera and unmuting your mic, and the floor is open to you. Welcome, lady.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here. Yes, my book is still being written. Yes. Thank you for having me.
Awesome, awesome. So As you are aware, this segment allows for women to share their journey of waiting. And I know this is your season and appointed time that God has selected you to share that journey with us. I know it will be inspiring and encouraging to those who would listen. So I give you that full space. Go ahead, and we look forward to hearing that story. And I know you will do an excellent job of it because you're accustomed telling stories to the little ones. So go ahead. I'm muting my mic.
All right. Ah, God is awesome. Woman in waiting. Just hearing the name woman in waiting, life is a waiting process. I would say that. For me, Chanel Murray Jordan, waiting, the woman that continues to wait on God. This has, I think, since I've known myself, I've been waiting. And for me, there's so many stories I can share, but I just felt led to share about waiting on God, to know the plans that He has for me. And I'll share because I know that there's some woman, young woman or older, who can benefit from my story, who can really relate to my story, and to know that God is there with you, even as you wait. So waiting on God to know my purpose, I think I'm still waiting because it continues to unravel. But I would start off by, going back to when I was small. I could remember I always wanted to work with children. Matter of fact, I remember telling myself, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a pediatrician. All right. So I always had that passion to work with children. I remember even at 5 years old, and I still harass my brother. And I tell him at 5 years old, I asked God for you, for a brother. And He gave you to me. So looking back now, I always had some sort of interest in children and taking care of children. So yes, I wanted to be a pediatrician when I was small. I wanted to be a scientist. I wanted to be all different things. I wanted to just ensure that children like myself become who they're really supposed to be. And so the why behind my existence, it just blossomed as I grew older. I began working with children, as my Bible say, as a babysitter, right? I used to work with children in Sunday school, even in junior worship. I would always lead. I would be the child that would lead them, right? And I never really thought about where I am right now. I never thought I would be the person who I am right now, but God. Waiting on God to know my purpose. It was hard. But you know what? God was always there with me. I remember going through primary school and being one of the, I used to do well in school. I could have done better, but I was one of the top students. And still, at some point in time, you struggle with who you are and what you want to be when you grow up. And everybody's asking you this question, what do you want to be? And everybody wants to be a doctor. Everybody wants to be a teacher. And you have to do science subjects. Of course, I was led to do science subjects because I wanted to become a pediatrician, right? Medical field. And that is the way it's supposed to be. So it would seem. I went on to do science subjects in school. A matter of fact, let me go back. In primary school, I was doing so well. Oh yeah. That when results for SCA came out, I got my last choice with the same percentage as my friends who got their first choice. And I remember it like if it was yesterday. I ran into the toilet and I almost, I am not one to cause harm and danger, but I almost break down that toilet because I was hurt, because I was disappointed. I was angry. Why I got my last choice? I mean, it was a school that was close to my home, which was a plus for my parents because they were worried about me going to a far distance, right? And reaching on time and, traveling and all of that. But going now to the school, I realized that everything was aligned for the purpose God has for me. I would say He has that purpose, or He had, already ordained it. So I went to the school, I went to the secondary school. It was a 5-year school at the time. And actually it was a 7-year school at the time. And I went there and I was a top performer. I was school prefect. I was on the student board, all these things. Yes, there were a lot of challenges, but I maintain integrity. I maintain, I'm here for a reason. I still struggle with my purpose, knowing why am I here as a young woman now. So I'm just guiding you quickly along my path, growing up to be the woman who I am today. And so I did really well. I was like one of the best students, all right? Going ahead now into science subjects because I kept that in my mind. I want to be in the medical field. And so I did science subjects, and 1 or 2, it was poor. And then I continued to say, but I want to be a doctor. I want to be in the medical field. Why am I doing well? Every time I tried, it was biology. Every time I try biology, I fail it. I never said this before. I failed it 3 times. And so going on to university now, I did so well in IT, right? I remember someone coming to class in Form 5 and they were talking to us before we wrote the exam, the CSEC. And they were asking us, what do you want to be? What are you interested in? And I told them my love for children and so on, but I'm good at IT. I got a distinction, a matter of fact. And I said, you know what? I will go in that direction. And the person said to me, she said, don't do it. You would, because of your love for people, you will be bored when you're into that field, IT. I did not study her. I entered university, right? I started off with a degree in IT. And listen to me, the lady was right. I was bored. It was hard. I struggled in my first year. And I am like, Lord, why am I here? I'm waiting on you. I want to do your will. Why am I here? But I'm doing something that I'm good at. Why am I not being good at it? All those questions flooded my mind. And then I went back now to my first thoughts surrounding medical field. I went back again. I jumped back into biology now, having failed biology at CSEC. All right, mind you, I had 7 subjects except that. And guess what? Biology was a failure again. Because this is me thinking this is the direction I have to go, when God had a totally different path for me. So I went and I did the bio course. I did a few classes, fail, not doing well. At this time, I am like, I feel to drop out. All right. And then, of course, at that time, there was the GATE program, and you had to be doing well to get the support. And yeah, that was a challenge. And even at that point now, my parents, things were not so well financially, right? In terms of my dad's job and so on, doing so well. And then all of a sudden, the provision wasn't there. as we were accustomed to. So all of that, and I'm thinking, I cannot fail again. I cannot disappoint my parents. I need to, do what I have to do and all of that. At the same time, I'm thinking, Lord, I'm waiting to hear from you what you have me on this earth to do. And I remember your gift will make room for you. One lecturer actually in bio department, he spoke to me and he said, what do you like to do? I told him, I listed a whole bunch of stuff. And he guided me in another department. It was family, had to do with family and child development, which I did not even know existed. I went there, and I mean, when you go there now, it's like it's leading you towards being a teacher now, right? In that department. And I'm like, I don't want to be a teacher. But that was my gifting. I realized I had the gift of teaching, one of my giftings. And so from there, I graduated and so on. I was also singing classical music in the school, and, so music and teaching and child development all work together for me, where I now realize, okay, this is where I need to be now. How can I work this out? Still wondering, what am I to be? Because, of course, when somebody asks you, what do? You would say, or you would want to say, I'm a doctor, I'm a this, I'm a that. But what I've learned is, what solution do I bring? That's how I answer now. The solution. All right. I've always thought about what I want to be and so on, as I said, but what solution? I want you to, the woman listening now, you may be at a point where you're thinking, what do I want to do, or what do I want to become? But think about, because of course society already labels persons, right? You are a this or a that. We're saying it like Trinis, right? But what solution can you bring to this world? And I had to think about that. Instead of being a title, because there are so many titles, but I do so many things. And I really, titles kind of make me feel, a kind of way. But I realized that God's purpose and plan for me was working with children and helping to develop their learning abilities, right? Because children learn differently. And to help them at an early age to realize who they are and who they can become, the solutions that they can make in this world. Because, of course, from my experience, so that whole waiting to know who you are, waiting to know who I was, it was a beautiful one. I can say that now, because I am seeing where I can help families, I can help children with my gifting and my talent of singing, even in worship, even teaching the children how to use their voices, not just to sing, but to speak well. So it all ties in together. And I love to use the word integrate. My giftings have integrated themselves into this one thing, into many things actually, but it's me, one person doing so many things. It's like the Trinity, I would say. God is Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, but he is one God with different functions. And that's who I saw myself as, because we are God's creation. You looking on and listening, you are God's creation. And God created you with a purpose. I just want to say that. God created you with a purpose and a plan. So if it is you are thinking, what am I supposed to do with this gift? I would say take the opportunities that come, because you just never know the doors that will be open for you. Things may not seem to be the way that they ought to be, but you know what? God is working out everything for your good. I can say that because I can see it now, that God was working when I felt he wasn't working. When I was doing bad, when I was failing, when I was doing well, when I was excelling, he was all working it out. And it is worth the wait. The wait is worth it. Waiting to know, what am I here for? I don't think that I have gotten a full answer yet, because with life, there is more to be done. So I continue to wait for God to see where he will have me tomorrow, next week, next year. Yeah, I've said a lot. I hope that I try to make the story short.
I think too, you have accepted what God has placed upon you on your waiting journey, and he allows for it to blossom, and so brings on additional. So I can so identify, because for me, I thought there was all in just towels, right? And oh my goodness, I really wanted to make extra money with these just towels. And look at what it has reached to now, women in waiting, allowing me this privilege now to capture the journeys of women, even like yourself. And sometimes you could get lost, but we thank God you did not get lost. You did not get confused. You did not try to live someone else's story, but you have found your place. And like that mustard tree, when it's planted, it not just planted, but it blooms and it grows into such a big, strong tree. And that's what I'm seeing for you, that your roots will go deep and your branches will grow wide as you continue to obey God. Because in that waiting season of God revealing to you who and what your solution is for society, you could have said, I want this, but you submitted. So even that was part of the process. And today I am seeing it. If you all will, Chanel will, Mrs. Jordan will tell you in a short bit how you can contact her, how you can even follow and like her and subscribe to her Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and you would literally see how much she is living out her full purpose, and the book continues to be written. So, Mrs. Jordan, tell them how they can get onto you. Tell them what type of business you're into and why you are the superior person and field to contact and be a part of.
All right. So now I spoke a lot about wanting to be a pediatrician, right? I'm not a pediatrician, but I am a play therapist. Same. And look at God. Look at God. Sometimes we just need to be obedient. I am still helping children to heal through their trauma or through their traumatic experiences, and helping them to learn in the way that they can learn. So whether they are neurotypical children or what we will call normal, right? So whether they are neurotypical or whether they have special needs, I help children heal, children who have been through divorce, separation, whatever trauma, all right? I help them heal through that and help them to learn through their abilities. And I do that through the therapeutic activities, therapeutic early intervention, which is play therapy. And I also merge my skill of educating them, all right? You can contact me at 7. Let me put the international 868-774-3643. And my name, Chanel Murray Jordan. You can find me on Facebook and TikTok at Specialist Chanel. And also Instagram. Once you type in my name, you will find me. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. This is just really awesome. We really thank God for what He is doing in your life and what He will continue to do. Yes, y'all can stay tuned. There could be a part 2 to this segment. Why? Because she continues to wait. And that's something you all know that God said from the day that Women in Waiting was launched on the 30th of April. He said that every woman should be in waiting for His return. And so as we continue to wait, let us wait in faith, let's wait in obedience, let's wait in praise, let's wait in worship, even in silence at times, and enjoy that waiting while we arrive to that place of destiny that He will have us to be in our society, in our space. It was such an honor, it was such a privilege having you on this evening with us. And we wish you all, we declare God's continued success to you. I noticed you did not mention the aspect of the coaching as it relates to vocal training, but y'all please know that she also assists her husband in that field of
vocal training, vocal coach. Yes, you can request that I be your vocal coach at Curtis Academy. All right.
Yes. Great.
So we have children classes as well as adults.
Yes, and he's coming up.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. We always have open for you. Okay. So you contact us at the same number.
Great. Say that number again for them.
All right. So my number 868-774-3643. For the coaching, you can contact us well 480-0811. I believe that's yeah.
But once they get on to you, they'll be able to get onto the coaching academy. And I experienced some of the giftings of the children and the adults as well at one of their events last year at what we call Central Bank here in Trinidad. And it was very phenomenal. So again, we congratulate you all and wish you and declare great success as you all continue to pursue that which God has placed in your heart to do. And I look at God and His purpose and his plan for us, but He just brings everything together so nicely. I'm glad you didn't give up. I'm glad you continue to wait on the Lord, and I'm glad you have submitted to His perfect will for your life. So we thank you so very much. To you that are out there and you know that it's your time to tell your journey of waiting. The women who come on here, they are transparent and they for real and they are ready. I know that you are ready to tell your story because somebody needs to hear it. Somebody wants to be encouraged, inspired, and motivated. So I look forward to hearing from you. You can email us at womeninwaiting23@gmail.com, or you can contact me at 868-791-2358. You can also write your story if you just do not want to be on the camera. And of course, you know, Women in Waiting came through Tema International, which is a non-profit organization with the vision, a gift of love, divinely inspired, meeting the needs of widows and widowers everywhere. So yes, you can continue to follow us, like us, subscribe, and listen to even this segment every Sunday evening on Kingdom Vibe Radio. God bless you richly. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. And I say good night and grace and peace to you.